Did you know PlayStations only exist because Nintendo humiliated Sony on live television in front of the entire industry? And what happened after that was the ultimate revenge story. Back in the late 80s, Nintendo wanted an upgrade for the Super Nintendo, something that will make the games to be played off by discs instead of the cartridges. A disc would have had more storage and would be way cheaper to make. So they teamed up with Sony to build it. The engineer leading it for Sony was a quiet but obsessed guy named Ken Katuragi. At that time, almost nobody at Nintendo took him seriously. So partway through the project, Nintendo bosses go back and actually read the contract, and they realize that Sony would get control of all the games that will be sold off this. They basically handed their crown jewel to a rival. They started panicking and they made a decision that was about to blow up in their face real hard. At a massive tech event in 1991, Sony walks on stage in front of cameras and the entire industry. They announced their partnership with Nintendo. Everyone in the audience were really excited for the partnership, but the very next day Nintendo held their own press conference and announced that they have secretly dropped Sony completely for another company. Live on television with Sony's own executives sitting in the crowd finding out in real time that they have been dropped in front of everyone watching. Sony's president was furious. Sony's own team wanted to kill the project and pretend that it never happened. Expect one man who refused to quit, Katuragi, the engineer everyone doubted. He kept building anyway, quietly against his own bosses. He wanted this technology to stand on its own as its own medicine with Sony's name printed on it. After 3 years of hard work, Sony releases it, and the PlayStation, it goes to sell over 100 million units and turns around the company that was once humiliated on live television into Nintendo's biggest rival for 30 years, and in present time even bigger than them. And the most ironic part of all this was that the deal Nintendo dropped Sony for, it never released a single console. So the machine that changed the entire gaming industry forever only exists because Nintendo tried to humiliate the company that built it, and one engineer who refused to believe that this is the end of the story. Follow for more interesting stories like this.